Softbox I use is capable of tungsten or daylight and has adjustable brightness. It's capable of producing vivid color. It works great as a key light. You can even have the option of controlling it with your phone. And best of all, it can be yours for as little as $32. The downside is you do have to build it, but it only takes about 15 minutes. Over the months, I've seen some interesting takes on how to make your own key light by less expensive means. As you may know, professional softboxes are not cheap, and even the low-end ones can still run you a fair amount of money. YCImaging had a good experiment I learned a lot through, and then I saw Daniel Schiffer's response to it, and that was a great solution. I now have my own version which costs less than both of them and offers the most. The defining feature of a softbox is typically a dome-like structure filled with a reflective surface on the inside and a thin white fabric material at the end to soften the light it produces. YCI took pieces of cardboard and lined it with tinfoil, which I can tell you from personal experience is a mammoth-sized pain in the ass. Daniel Schiffer used a cake pan with a LED light strip stuck along the inside wall. His admittedly was far more practical, but could only pivot around with the use of a spare tripod since the cake pan itself has no adjustable positioning head, which, why would it? So for this build, I'm going to go the clamp light route like YCImaging. Clamp lights are basically just an inexpensive light fixture that can accept a variety of bulbs and pivot in any direction you want. When choosing your clamp light, choose one that does a good job of staying in the position you aim it at, and make sure it has a good threshold for accepting high watt bulbs. The one I got at Home Depot is $15 and accepts up to 150 watt bulbs, which is more than enough for LEDs. As I said, we're going to make a nice softbox out of it in the simplest way possible. For mine, I use none other than a turkey roasting pan that you can find at Walmart. Turkey roasting pans are fantastic because they already have a very reflective surface on the inside, and they're nice and deep, which helps with the overall light diffusion. Also, this one only cost about $3.50. I line up the clamp light to be on the center of the turkey roasting pan, mostly in this example. From there, I marked an outline on the pan that is slightly smaller than the dome portion of the clamp light itself. I cut a hole in the center of the pan using regular scissors since the metal of the pan is nice and thin. Careful not to slice your fingers though. From there, I positioned the clamp light inside of the roasting pan and taped them together using foil tape. I taped both sides of it to make sure it's nice and sturdy. Next, you'll want to choose your bulb. Type A LED bulbs are incredibly common, which means you have options galore for this light. You can use a more expensive Philips Hue bulb, which produces different colors and has Wi-Fi options with your phone. And there's some alternative knockoffs out there which will also give you colors and different temperatures of daylight. You can use this ultra bright 4000 lumen bulb, which can be useful for larger subjects or even a fake sun outside of a window. For this shot, I'm only using an $8 LED that I got at Home Depot, and you can see it's plenty bright. Final step is to add diffusion. For this, I took an old white window curtain that I found at a consignment shop for $1, cut it in half because it was way too big for what I needed, and then I folded it on itself and clipped it all along the edges. And that's it! With diffusion added, you can see this does produce a very nice, soft, pleasing light. And if all you're going to go for is a very cheap key light, again, this is only going to cost you about $32. For my own, you can see I spray painted black. This is an optional step, but will make it look a little more the part if using it for client work. And I definitely would in that situation. I do recommend having one of these extra clamps available for clamping the clamp portion to some light stands. I've used this homemade light on every single video I produce, and it's been working like a champ. So please guys, let me know what you think. Will this light fixture be useful for you? I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you do make one, I'd love to see your results. Thanks for watching.